Capricorn. So for these readings, these are more focused on those sober souls, those on the path to spiritual recovery. So that's where our focus is going to be today. So we're going to take a look at your astrological sign and all of your shadow traits and light traits and kind of use those to help us navigate your current energy. We're going to use the Sacred Spirit Oracle deck just for general energy for the reading. So let's take a look. It is Cosmic Ancestors. Voice your concerns. Absolutely. When we're on the spiritual path to recovery, we definitely want to voice our concerns because when we do, that enables us to get the help that we need. And especially for our Capricorn, one of your healing tools literally is ask others for help. Structure, self-reflection, spiritual discipline. Those are ways that you can lean into your astrological sign and navigate your shadow traits and your light traits. So what we're going to do is a 12-card spread that I'm calling the Path of Soul Recovery. And so each of the cards is going to have an intention. I've asked Spirit to help guide us with your current general energy. And right now, the Oracle card says voice your concerns, but let's get a card for your general energy, which is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands wants to be ambitious and courageous and self-assured. And so let's go at it with that energy for Capricorn. So let's take a look at card number 1. That's going to be surrender or acceptance. Where am I being asked to release control and allow truth in? All right. So we have the Three of Wands. So our Three of Wands is really telling me that at this time right now, with that ambitious drive that you're feeling with the energy of the King of Wands, you're ready to go on your journey. You're ready to go on your soul's path. You're ready to take those next steps. But sometimes the Three of Wands, I kind of feel like collectively that possibly you're a little lost. You're like, I'm wondering in which direction I'm going to go next. So that's when the next steps of a spiritual recovery kind of help you along your path. And so the next card is light or hope. What source of light is supporting me through the darkness? What source of light is supporting me through the darkness? Woo! Let's take a look at this one. It is the Queen of Swords. That is mental clarity above all. That is your strength right now, is when we're on the path to sobriety and spiritual recovery, that is really what we need, is that mental clarity. And we get that when we're no longer abusing our bodies or abusing substances or being drawn into those past behaviors. That's really when we can hunker down and be like, okay, I want to be clear in my thoughts. And that is the gift of sobriety, is being clear in our thoughts. So our next card is going to be trust or faith. Where can I deepen my trust in the process or in something greater? And that's with the Capricorn energy. Faith. Faith and trust. Where can I deepen my trust in the process of something greater? The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So when you're on the path of spiritual sobriety, wish fulfillment is literally just that. You're literally on the path to wish fulfillment. And your strength right now comes from within. It comes from that heart. It comes from realizing that your choices now are leading you to wish fulfillment. This is what you're wishing for. This is why we're on the path to spiritual sobriety, right? And so we need bravery and courage. What challenges require my inner strength for me to face right now? What challenges require my inner strength for me to face right now? Nine of Wands, wounded warrior. So that's where your bravery is coming from right now. It's coming from your past. It's coming from the shadows that you've worked through to get to the light. The wounded warrior, all of the things that you went through, they're behind you, but they are your life lessons. They are your shadow lessons. And for a Capricorn, your shadow traits are rigid, controlling, emotionally detached, workaholic, fear of failure, but your light traits are disciplined, wise, ambitious, and grounded. So going forward, you're asking yourself to be brave and to have courage from your past. That is beautiful. I love that for you guys. Mike, everything is just slipping. My electronics keep turning off. It's so weird right now, the energy in the room. Okay, so let's go to the next card. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Truth and honesty. What truth within me is ready to be acknowledged or revealed? Absolutely. Show us the truth and the honesty that is wanting to be revealed right now. 10 of Cups. That is awesome. 10 of Cups is after the 9 of Cups, obviously, right? But what that really tells me is if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bravery and courage, it is that emotional balance. It's that joy and the happiness that you feel while you're on that spiritual path to recovery. That is the gift from the divine. That is the gift you're gifting to yourself. And literally, Spirit is trying to show you this is what bravery will get you, is that spiritual joy and happiness and freedom. So next, timing or patience. What part of my journey is unfolding slowly for a reason? 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords is when we're moving past deceit and the way that we used to do things. It's literally, it's the divine showing you that you have found a new way to move forward on your spiritual path, which is a beautiful thing. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the timing and the patience, is that you have now, because of your timing and patience, have found a way to do things differently while you're on your sober path, while you're on your path to sobriety and healing. That's so beautiful. All right, so for Capricorn, grace and humility. Where am I being called to soften and receive guidance? Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, she's very ambitious, she's very loyal, and she's very caring. And so the Queen of Wands figures out a way to be the Queen of Wands. She looks to the light. She looks to the divine. If you look, she's looking at the sunflower, and the sunflower is looking to the sun. And so that is literally you right now. That is you focusing your light and your energy and your strength to your inner higher self. So next we have readiness, willingness. What am I truly ready to change or embrace today? What is Capricorn truly ready to embrace and change today? Fantastic. 4 of Cups. So what you're ready and willing to change today is that even though you've possibly tried sobriety or a spiritual path to recovery before, it may not have worked out, or it just may not have been the right timing. But right now, the divine is literally trying to gift you with another chance to be on the path of sobriety and healing and recovery. That's beautiful. So, connection, number 9, brotherly love. How can I show up in love and support for others and for myself? How can they show up in love in support of themselves or others? 8 of Wands, it is action. It is time for service. It is time to not only help yourself, but help another person in your same path. The path to sobriety, the path to spiritual recovery. When we get that gift of spiritual recovery, we need to gift it to others. And so now you are literally being called to action. That is fantastic. I love that. Alignment, integrity. Where am I being asked to realign with my soul's truth? Where are they being asked to realign with their soul's truth? Page of Pentacles. Where you're being asked to align with your soul's truth is to be the messenger. Be the messenger of your spiritual journey to somebody else. It's so similar to the energies. This is similar to the 8 of Wands in that it is time to be of service. It is time to take that message and go forward. And then we have devotion, self-discipline. What practice or boundary will nourish my long-term healing? What practice or boundary will nourish their long-term healing? Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, all of the pages are so curious while they're on their journey, right? But the Page of Cups, he is emotionally balanced and ready to go on his journey. So if it is devotion, what practice or boundary will nourish my long-term healing? It is that practice of self-care, self-love, because you're on that journey. So that is the practice or boundary that you should nourish. You should nourish yourself. You should nourish that gentle side of you. And that is a part of your healing tools: structure, self-reflection, asking others for help, and spiritual discipline. Offering, service. How can I share my journey as medicine for others? That's so perfect. It goes right along with your Eight of Wands and your Page of Pentacles. I love that. I really like this spread. If you like it too, please let me know. As always, thank you so much for subscribing, for sharing my videos. And also, as a side note, if this message does not resonate with you, that's totally okay. But if it resonates for somebody that you know, please share my video with them. I would appreciate that so much. And as our 12th and final card, how can I share my journey as medicine for others? Seven of Wands. And again, I know this is a card sometimes of being defensive, and we don't need to be defensive of our journey to anyone, but this really just more feels like you're taking a stance on your position of how you feel and where you want to go right now. And so your example is what's going to lead others onto the path of spiritual recovery. And so I love that for you. And so we're going to end with just a couple of oracle cards. And as always, again, I do thank you guys all so much for watching my videos and for subscribing. It really does mean a lot to me. I am trying to reach as many souls in sobriety as I possibly can. I too am in recovery, so I know what you're going through. I know where I've been. And if you do need any additional help, I do one-on-one readings. And on the sober side, if you just need to talk or you need additional help, just feel free to leave a comment or send me an email. So we're going to look at these two right here before I let you go. Wave of emotions. A new experience will enter your life that will stir a wave of emotions within you. That is fantastic. Fiery beginnings. You're on the brink of a real breakthrough. Follow your heart and live your passion. Absolutely. That is literally the Page of Cups in itself. You're on the brink of a real breakthrough. Follow your heart and live your passion. So again, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.